I will explain portfolio, program, and the concept of project. Then we will discuss the business cases, whatever the business cases which we are going to cover in this batch, and then what is project. And after that, we will understand how we can access SAP project system. So there are different ways to access SAP project system through yes, please mute from your side. Okay? Otherwise, your all the recordings would be spoiled. Yeah, I have muted. So the first question is what are the different project types we are having in SAP project system? To understand that, so project type in SAP project system solution, we are having two type of projects. First is internally financed project, where the organization is financing the project, like your investment project, or like your cost project. Investment project, let's say you are the organization and you just want to construct one office for yourself, or let's say you just want to construct one plant so that you can increase the production of your product. So that is a project where you need to finance this internally, and then once it will be ready, then this project, this plant will start to produce the product, okay, which will be the another different type of scenarios. Okay, so here it is an internally financed project. And another kind of project, let's say you are the organization in some new technology, you just want to do the R&D. So in that case, to do the R&D, you need to finance this. You need to put the amount to do the R&D. So in that case, it will be considered the internally financed project. So further to internally financed project, we are having two scenarios. First is the investment project, another is a cost project. Second type is externally financed project, where external party is financing the project. Like you are the organization who are manufacturing some product, and some other organization is contacting you to produce the product for themselves. So it means you are having customer in the scenario. And to produce any product or to execute that project, you need amount, you need revenue from your customer. So basically, these kind of project will be financed by external party, which is your customer. So here in externally financed project, we used to call it as a customer project also. So we are having two types of project. First is internally financed project, another is an externally financed project. In internally financed project, we are having further investment project. Like I said, that the example of construction of office, or let's say individually, if you are considering that if you want to construct a house for yourself, so you need to finance it, you need to put the amount, okay, then only it will be constructed. So this is your investment. Okay, so here another is a overhead project or cost project. So like R&D project. Another scenario of overhead or cost project, let's say you are already having your house and you just want to do the maintenance for that. Okay, so when you are doing the maintenance, let's say you are putting some amount to do the paint or some maintenance in your house, so that is also cost project, where you are directly putting the cost, which is not directly going to add anything in your investment. So here investment project, where project are initially causes cost. Let's say whenever you are initiating, whenever you are starting the project, you need to put the cost, and that may only generate revenue or provide other benefits after a certain time period. Okay, so these kind of project, whenever you are going to start, you need to understand whether this project will be beneficial for yourself or not. There are different factors, KPIs, based on that you can calculate the probability of successness of this project. Okay, so some of KPIs like NPV, net present value, based on that you can find out if NPV is positive, in that case it will be beneficial for yourself, for you. Similarly, payback period, how much time it will take to start to come in the benefit portion. Okay, so these are some of KPIs. Based on that you can analyze whether this project is beneficial or not. So here in this case, because it's an investment, so you are not doing this project for any external party, so it means there will not be any customer. no initial revenue because you are doing it for yourself, not for the others. Periodic capitalization to AUC. So as an organization, when you are executing this type of project, whatever the cost is going to incur, that cost has to be capitalized in AUC first, asset under construction. In upcoming sessions, I'll explain the concept of AUC and how we used to get a cost into my project. That also I will explain. So as a periodic activity, it has to be capitalized into AUC first. And once your asset is ready, once your let's say plant is ready or your house is ready, then it will become an asset for you. And then whatever the cost incurred into AUC has to settle into final asset. So final capitalization to asset. And there are some example of investment project like acquisition of fixed asset. Let's say if you are buying a land, that is also an investment. If you are buying any factory and buying any direct, acquiring any house, so in that case also it will be considered as an investment. Or another example, investment in research and development. So research and development, if you are finding any product through research and development, in that case it will become an investment. If it is not, then total amount will be considered into cost because it is not going to add anything into your available asset. So when you are going to map the scenario of investment project in SAP through investment management, through project system, through CO, that is a controlling, PPM is portfolio project management, and CPM is commercial project management, you can map this kind of scenario. These are the example of some of modules available in SAP. Okay, so here I have just included here to know exactly where we need to map our scenario here in the SAP. Okay, and when we are going for overhead cost project, here we will not have any revenue, actual cost transfer to expenses account. So overhead project or cost project, whatever the cost is going to incur, that has to be settled, that has to be transferred into your expense account because it's direct expenses. Okay, it will, we are not going to revenue with reference to this work. Okay, so here no customer, no initial revenue, even that is not an investment. Also capitalization to cost center. So let's say if you are as an organization in particular department, if you are buying some stationery, okay, to work, to do some official work, so that stationery amount which you are putting to buy this stuff has to be capitalized into cost center in your organization department because we don't have any revenue or we don't have any investment with reference to this particular expenses. Okay, so like R&D project is also one of example. Okay, and you can map this scenario through project system, controlling, PPM portfolio project management, and CPM commercial project management. In my next slide, I'll explain what is a PPM, what is a CPM, what is the project system, what is IM. All these things I'll explain in detail. Next is externally financed project. So because these projects are being financed by the customer, we used to call it as a customer project. Okay, so in customer project, these projects will be executed as per the customer demand, customer requirement. So we will get one contract, we will get one let's say sales order from our customer to manufacture any product or to do the work or to provide any services. So in that case, it is based on the demand of your customer. So here, strategy to execute project to achieve organization goal. Why we are doing any customer project? It is based on the organization strategy. Okay, organization strategy means it has to be aligned with the organization mission and vision and organization strategy to achieve that mission and vision. Okay, then only you are executing this customer project. If it is not fitting, you will cancel the demand or the proposal or the request in initial phase itself. So here in this kind of project, we will have customer, we will have revenue, and then this project will be capitalized or will be settled to product or your project. The example is ECO, that is engineering, construction and operation, or MTO, make to order scenarios. Make to order, whenever you are getting any order from your customer to manufacturing something. So that is the MTO scenario. There is another scenario where you will get an order to assemble the product. So in that case, you need to buy the raw material, the individual component, and then you need to assemble as per the customer requirement. We used to call it as the assembly process. Okay, so that is another kind of customer project. You can map this kind of project in project system because you are having the revenue in this case. So sales will also be in the picture. So SD will be in the picture here. CO, controlling PPM, portfolio project management, and CPM, commercial project management. These modules can be used to map the scenarios. Yeah. So next is EPPM, enterprise portfolio project management. The concept of EPPM was introduced in S/4HANA. Actually, these all module, project system, portfolio project management, PPM, CPM, commercial project management, EPC, enterprise project connector, investment management, IM. These modules were available before S/4HANA also. Okay, but these all modules were managing separately. Okay, or whenever we were going for any implementation, we were communicating to the customer that this particular scenario will be mapped through PPM, this particular scenario will be mapped through PPM, or this particular integration has to be done through EPC, and your investment project has to manage through IM. So for different modules, we were explaining the different scenarios to map. So it was very confusing for customer also. So what SAP has introduced, they have combined all these individual modules in one package, and we started to call it as a EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management. And we introduced to the customer that this EPPM package is having all your project requirement solution, whether it is a customer project or it is your investment project or cost project. Okay, so irrespective to any particular module, we started to communicate that this is the package which is having all different type of project solution. Okay, so that was the reason that EPPM concept was introduced. So here in EPPM, from 170 from S/4HANA 1709 version onwards, these PS, PPM, CPM, IM, everything is taken at one place in the core system. Earlier, before 1709, we were having a choice to keep it as an add-on, okay, or we were having a choice to keep it as even in a separate server, or as in the same ECC server plus your add-on. But now from 1709 onwards, everything is in the core system only. No need to keep it as a separate installation in your S4 system. Whenever we are getting your complete S4, same time we will get PS, IM, PPM, CPM, everything. Okay, and even when it was started, that time the separate modules was given with the separate license. Okay, but after I think 1809, they have started to give only one license for entire package, EPPM package. So whatever is within EPPM package, for that you will get only one license, which will have your PPM, CPM, PS, EPC, and everything. EPC is recently added in 2020 only. So what is the major use of all these different modules? I'll let you know here. So portfolio project management. This is the module which is helping us to know the best suitable project. So what will happen whenever we are getting any proposal or any investment? We can do the feasibility study, that is a financial feasibility study, technical feasibility study. We can check our KPIs, net present value, payback period, internal rate of return, development cost, okay, what is my expected commercial values. So based on that, we can find out whether this project will be beneficial for us or not. If it is yes, then we can proceed with the project. Otherwise, we will cancel that project on initial stage itself. Or you can say, I'm not saying it's a project. Let's say whenever any proposal is coming, okay, so it will be analyzed. If it is fitting as per our organization need, and if it is beneficial for us to execute, we will execute. Otherwise, we will cancel it here. So whenever we are transferring it to execute, it will move to the project system. But whenever we are checking the possibility, feasibility, all the KPIs, that comes within portfolio management. In portfolio management, we are having another component called project management, portfolio management and project management. In project management, we are having the functionality to do the staffing. Okay, so there are different kind of staffings are there, schedulings are there. Okay, we can calculate the cost, and then we can transfer into project system. So here in the portfolio project management, we don't have any cost object. Cost object means we don't have any object where we can incur the cost. Okay, so all objects in portfolio project managements are static. Static means you will see only the values, it will not be posted on that object. So here when you are going to initiate any project, it has to be integrate with project system. So here PPM is here, portfolio project management, which has to be integrated with your project system. Okay, and similarly we are having commercial project also, commercial project management in S/4HANA. This is the module which is helping us to manage our pre-tendering activities. For example, if you are getting any requirement from your customer, okay, so before submitting any estimation or any quotation to your customer, you need to analyze this requirement. So that portion, that pre-tendering activities you can manage in CPM system. Here the major functionality is integration of your financial planning with Excel. So here, based on the BI, based on the integrated planning, you can manage your all the estimation in Excel format, which we used to call it as an analysis office. So these are the major functionality where we can see the issue and change management. We are having risk management. We are having financial planning. We are having project procurement here. Okay. So here it is a portfolio management. Here it is a project management. And next is your PS system, project system. Okay. In project system, which was the core part of your S4 system. Okay. So here we are having project system. It is integrated with the other modules like FICO, material management, sales and distribution, HCM, human capital management, MRS, that is a multi-resource scheduling. It is integrated with CATS, cross application timesheet, SD, sales and distribution, C4, it is CRM, and PP, production planning, SCM, supply chain management, MM is material management, SRM, supply relationship management. Ariba is a separate additional tool with the SAP, which is helping us in the procurement. So these everything is a part of your S4 system. Okay, and this everything is kept in one package. EPM, CPM, and PS. Everything we are keeping in EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management. And in 2020 version of S4HANA, your EPC system is also added within the same package. EPC stands for Enterprise Project Connection. Version 3 is the latest version here. It is helping us to integrate your Primavera or MSP system with your project system. Let's say in some of organization, the SAP is implemented, okay, but their vendors, their contractors are still working on Primavera or MSP. So if you want to integrate, if you want to update your data into SAP based on the provided reports, based on the provided sheet from your contractor, you can achieve through EPC, Enterprise Project Connection. So if you are getting a question, what is EPPM, Enterprise Portfolio Project Management? What are the major modules which we are having in this package? So this is the answer. Enterprise EPPM stands for Enterprise Portfolio Project Management, which is having major module, project system, EPM Portfolio Project Management, CPM Commercial Project Management, EPC, enterprise project connection. Okay, and you can individually explain the use of individual modules. Okay, so we are going to focus on project system along with investment management. That is our major area within EPPM. Okay, and next is project, program, and portfolio. What are these terminology which we are having? So let's say you are having one organization, Godrej Properties, okay, and which is having different programs, commercial project and residential project, and an individual department they are doing their project. Okay, so basically we can keep similar project in a program, and we can keep program and project in portfolio. So similar project in program, and then program and projects in portfolio. What it means, let's say if you are taking example of Wipro. In Wipro technology, they are having one department called solution. So this solution department, what they are doing, this department is responsible to implement SAP and Oracle projects. Okay, so SAP can be your program. Okay, and in another side, Oracle can be another program. And within SAP, you are having a different projects. Let's say you may have upgrade project, you may have implementation project, you may have some rollout project. So everything you can include it within SAP. So SAP is a program here which is keeping similar kind of project at one place, and then program and projects are coming within portfolio. Okay, so we are going to focus here on the project. In project system, we are going to focus on project. However, your portfolio and program can be managed in portfolio project management. So here project is a temporary endeavor undertaken by a company or an organization. What is program? It is a group of projects that are similar or related to one another, and which are often managed and coordinated as a group instead of independently. Then portfolio is a collection of projects and programs that are managed as a group to achieve strategic objectives. So portfolio, why we are executing, why we are having portfolio? Because whatever the projects we are executing, it is helping us to achieve our organization mission and vision. Okay, and the next, investment project business case. So here I have explained what are the types of projects we are having. We are having internally financed project, we are having externally financed project. In internally financed project, we are having capital project, we are having cost project, and in an externally financed project, we are having customer project. Then we understood the concept of EPPM, enterprise portfolio project management, under which we are having four major modules. One is a project system, EPM portfolio project management, CPM commercial project management, and EPC enterprise project connection. Latest version is 3.0 for EPC. Now, when we are saying different types of project, your investment project, overhead project, customer project. So let us discuss a business case individually for all these scenarios. Okay, so the first case is investment project. Business case. How we can understand this investment project? Let's say there is one organization, Godrej Group, which is having different legal entity, your companies. First is Godrej Infotech, next is Godrej Consumer Product, and third is Godrej Properties. And this organization is having vision and mission. Okay, so vision and mission, basically it's a statement which is the final understanding to achieve the place in the market, or what exactly you want to have within a particular period. So according to vision and mission, you need to execute the project. Okay, let's say the Godrej Properties, it's very renowned organization which is delivering very premium class of project, residential project. They are focusing mainly on residential project. Okay, so let's say when they are going to do an investment, before that proposal has to be prepared by the strategic team. strategic department. So because they are already having their very good image in the market, and whenever they are going to do any investment, they need to consider their image also. Okay. So let's say they just want to construct one office in North India, somewhere in Delhi. Okay. So proposal for investment will be submitted. Okay. And once it is submitted, it will go for analysis. So there is one separate team. They will analyze it whether this proposal is really beneficial for us or not, or what exactly the requirement to construct the office. If we are getting the same option through any rental, then why we should go for any construction, or why we should do this investment. So first of all, in first phase, we need to do the analysis. Once your analysis is done, then it will go for the feasibility study. Whatever the amount we are going to put for this investment, is it a good idea, or will it be beneficial for us if we are putting this much of amount for this project? How much time it will take to get back that investment? Okay, if we are considering interest rate on our investment, what will be the benefit for going for the construction? So everything need to be analyzed in the feasibility, and once feasibility is done, it will go for approval or rejection. So if it is rejected, my proposal will be stopped here, or if it is approved, then it will go for the project. So here, when it is going for the project itself will have its own phases called initiation, planning, execution, and handover. These are the typical 4 phases which we are having in any project. So based on your mission and vision requirement, or whatever the organization strategies you are having to achieve your vision and mission, you are executing the project for that. Okay, so first proposal for investment, then it is going for project. In this example, when you are going to map this investment project, your proposal for investment, this portion will be considered into IM, investment management. Or you can, if you want to go for some additional functionality or some latest solution given by SAP, the good option is PPM, portfolio project management. We are having some very flexible functionality here in the PPM, but IM is a very old example or old system, and which was earlier also available with the core system. So here you can map in IM, and once your proposal is approved, then you can manage your project into project system. So here we are going to manage this requirement through 2 modules. One is IM here, and PS is here, project system. So PS with other integrated modules, like for procurement, material management; for sales and distribution; for procurement, Ariba also you can use; for production planning you can use. Okay, for maintenance, plant maintenance you can integrate. So in a particular phase, you can have all these arrangement. First it will be initiated, then you need to do the detailed planning, then it will go for the execution, and then finally product has to be handed over to your team, because this is an internal project. So you need to hand it over to your operation team once it will be constructed. Okay, so once your proposal is approved, then initiation, you will define one team which will be responsible to deliver this office, and then the amount, the planning has to be done, different kind of planning, your cost planning, your budget, your resources, material, whatever is required, it has to be planned. Then it will go for the execution, and once your office is ready, then it will go for checklist or inspection check, where everything has to be checked as per your initiation document, whatever the document was planned to deliver it. And once it is done, then it will be handed over to your operation team. So this is a typical example of investment project, and here once this project will be ready, it will become an asset. So this total cost, whatever is incurred to execute this project, has to be posted into asset. So same scenario we will follow in our upcoming sessions to understand. Okay, and the next example is customer project. Okay, customer project, as I said, it is a externally financed project where my customer is going to finance this project. So take one example. let's say we are the company, IT company, mybandhu.com. Okay, and there is one organization, Godrej Properties, and they just want to implement SAP. Okay, and to implement SAP, they send us one RFQ, request for quotation. So when they internally discuss whether they should go for any ERP implementation or not, okay, let's say they have decided to implement the SAP, and by considering this requirement, they will send this RFQ request for quotation to us, Mybandhu Infotech, and we as an organization will analyze it as an opportunity. So this is an opportunity for us, and we will analyze, we will do the market analysis as per their requirement, whether we can deliver it or not. If we are delivering, how much cost will be incurred, or how much cost estimation has to be prepared. So in cost estimation, when I'm preparing the cost estimation, I need infrastructure cost need to be considered here, license cost, and then implementation cost. So these are the different major tasks which I need to execute for this project. And then I will provide the quotation to Godrej Properties. And if they are not happy with that, if they are looking for some more changes, then we will provide multiple quotations to them. Like we will correct it, or sometimes it used to go with the level L1, L2, or L3. So this is a pre-tendering activities where we are participating in a tendering process of any project. And let's say we are getting this project and it's awarded to us. So once it is awarded, first of all, we'll get LOI, letter of intent. That is the only intention document of our customer that they are looking to award this project to us. So that is only notional, letter of intent. Okay, and after that we will get sales order. That is the legal document which will be given to us. So for them it's a purchase order, but for us it's a sales order. Okay, and this document will be signed by both the party, by Mybandhu Infotech responsible person, and from the Godrej Properties also responsible person. And once this sales order will be taken, then we need to deliver this sales order, right? So to deliver this sales order, we need to execute a project. So to implement SAP along with as per the requirement, like we need to deliver infrastructure, we need to deliver the license, we need to do the implementation. To do all these delivery, we need to execute this project, which is having different phases: initiation, planning, execution, and handover. So here in this kind of project, I am having a revenue, I am having cost also to incur it, because cost estimation, you can see already we have analyzed our cost. Okay, and then these are some of terminology which we are having in the market. What is the RFI, request for information? What is the ROI, request for information or registration of interest? That is a ROI. We are having RFP, request for proposal, or RFO, request for offer, RFT, request for tender, RFQ, request for quotation. So terminologies are being used in different industries. Okay, but generally for IT, we are using RFQ. There is one more very important terminology, RFP, request for proposal. When the organization are clear in their need, what exactly they are looking for, they used to send us the RFQ. They used to itemize it, that we are looking for SAP implementation along with the infrastructure and licensing. So that is the statement, means it is having the full understanding of customer also. Okay, what exactly they are looking. Okay, and in some of cases, if the customer is not clear exactly what they are looking as a itemized object or itemized steps, they can directly ask for complete product. Let's say we are looking for 133 kV substation. We don't know what you need inside of this 133 kV substation. Or let's say we are just looking to construct one nuclear reactor. We don't know which technology you are going to use, but as per the latest technology, we want your proposal. So that is an example of RFP. Now, next example of cost project, your shutdown project. That is a business case for that. So shutdown project or maintenance project or cost project, Just take one example. You are having one manufacturing plant which is having different production lines, line 1, line 2, line 3. Okay, and this is your individual lines, production line 3, and individual production line is having different machines, machine 1, machine 2, machine 3. Okay, so these machines has to be overhauled like as per their maintenance plan to avoid any breakdown which is which will directly impact our production. So to avoid it, we need to do the maintenance or whatever the general maintenance or plant maintenance, breakdown maintenance are at a particular period, that also has to be considered to execute. So in that case, we can have a project where we can analyze all individual requirement of maintenance, we can schedule it, and whatever cost is going to incur on the maintenance, let's say if you are changing any oil, if you are changing any screw, okay, if you are changing any small item, in that case it will be considered as a cost, not as a additional investment. Okay, it will be considered as a cost. So you can create one project which will be directly integrated with your plant maintenance system based on the orders, maintenance order. Okay, so this is one of example which I will explain in this batch. Okay, this is a new thing. In last batch also I have explained the same scenario. Now projects in SAP project system. Okay, so we saw a different type of business cases, like for customer project, for investment project, and for cost project. So when we are going to start any project or any SAP implementation project or any mapping of any kind of project into SAP, the first thing which we need to understand is a project. What is project for us? Okay, so we are having two terminology basically. First is project, another is operation. So what is exactly the difference between these two? So there is one typical definition for the project. A project is a temporary, unique, and progressive attempt or endeavor made to produce some kind of tangible or intangible result. Okay, it usually includes a series of interrelated tasks that are planned for execution over a fixed period of time and within certain requirement and limitation such as cost, quality, performance, and others. So this is the typical definition of project, and what exactly we are having here, the key characteristics, it will be temporary. So it means it will have a start date and end date. It will have unique deliverables where it will be specific for that particular project. Any project aims to produce some deliverable which can be product, service, or some other result. So in my investment project, my product was office, and my customer project, my product was implementation of SAP, individual infrastructure license and implementation. So here we kept a product as a SAP license, and we kept services also where we have done the SAP implementation. And in third cost project, our main motive was to provide to do the maintenance. So that was our services again. And then here the progressive elaboration, successive iterations of planning progress result in developing more effective solution to progress and develop projects. So we can analyze the progress of the project, and here we are having one terminology, earned value analysis. Based on that, we can check the progress of our project. Next, here the purposeful, the more characteristics of the project is purposeful as it has a rational and measurable purchase. So it will have measurable, tangible, or intangible deliverables. Logical as it has certain life cycles, so it will be logical. Structured as it has independencies between its tasks and activities. Conflict as it tries to solve a problem that creates some kind of conflicts. Limited by available resources. Risk as it involves an element of risk. So that basically, if you are getting any question of if you are getting any question in your interview, what is a project? So this line is more than sufficient. A project is a temporary, unique, and progressive attempt or endeavor made to produce some kind of a tangible or intangible result. That's it. The characteristics, it's a temporary, which is having start date and date, uniquely deliverables. Okay, so it is going to produce, or it is going to have some deliverables, and then progress evaluation. elaboration. That's it. And here are some example: developing a new product or services, constructing a building or facilities, renovating the kitchen, designing a new transportation vehicle, acquiring a new or modified data system, organizing a meeting, implementing a new business process. These are some of examples. So here, the project examples like even organizing an event like a marriage, that is also one project. Construction of your own house, that is also project. Okay. So project can be a different kind of. Then how to access SAP in project system. So we are having three different approach to access SAP. First is through SAP GUI, graphical user interface. Second is a NetWeaver, and third is a Fiori app. So project system, all the configuration, your backend settings has to be done into GUI only. So to access GUI system, first you need to install a GUI, graphical user interface, logon pad into your machine. And there in that logon pad, you need to configure the server to which you are going to connect to access your system. So once you will click there, you can enter ID and password, and then you will be able to connect. Here in the GUI, whenever you want to execute any transaction, it will be through transaction code. So you will have transaction code like some specific SAP provided code. Let's say if you want to execute a project builder, the transaction code is CJ20N. If you want to create a program, the transaction code is IM01. So these are the specific code which you need to memorize or which you need to understand where exactly we can find it into my system. Okay. And then another system is a NetWeaver. You can access your transaction through HTML like a web. Okay. So the same transaction CJ20N project builder you can access into web also. But here in NetWeaver, you will not have transaction code. You will have only link. So you just need to click on link. It will take you to the transaction. It will take you to the CJ20N, the same transaction. So here in the GUI or in the NetWeaver, the difference you may see some differences in the tab or difference in your object. Okay, so always it will not be exactly the same how we are having in the GUI. And third is Fiori app. This is the latest concept here in. It was available earlier, but in S4, SAP has given lots of additional app to make it is more user experienced. So till here, SAP, till NetWeaver, 1 second. Here, till here, SAP were focusing to keep it as user interface. We were saying when we are going to execute any SAP transaction, we are accessing it through GUI or NetWeaver. So it was our interfaces. But SAP now with S4 HANA, they are focusing on user experiences. Means whenever we are accessing the system, it should give good experience to the user so that he will not hesitate to execute a transaction. Here, if you see the GUI system, it is more cumbersome. You will see thousands of hundreds of different tabs, options available on single screen. So for beginners, it is sometimes difficult to understand everything. Okay, and whenever you are giving to the user to execute a transaction, they are also having lots of questions, confusion sometimes. Okay, so to avoid it, to make it more experienced, SAP has given a Fiori app. So what it looks like when you are saying create project, it will have different app tiles, create project, change project, display project. So you just click here on the tile, it will open directly. So it is very like interactive. Okay, and this Fiori is a separate system. I will explain in detail how you can see the transaction into Fiori, how you can what are the logic behind of all the apps, what is the gateway system, how it is directly integrated with your GUI. But I want to make it very simple from starting because I know some of participants are very new in this batch. So I will take you through from the starting, like what is the GUI, what is the SAP menu, what is user menu, what are the options we are having, and how we can access into NetWeaver. Then we'll understand Fiori apps. So that is my agenda for the next session. Okay. So from all these slides, if you have any questions, please let me know. Understanding perspective or anything you.
Rama, I'd like to know, see, where do I get this your recording?
Recordings.
Yeah.
Recordings, actually, I have already sent one mail. You will get one link to download app. You download that app, you will get one
Okay.
option there, batches, and within batches you will see one folder and you will see all the recordings there. So each
How long I can? How long? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. How long I can able to access? Only until the 3 months, or there is no time
no,
limit.
1 year, 1 year, 1 year.
Okay. And the third one is, when do you get the system access? You have any idea?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, that's all.
Yeah. So any other questions?
Rama, today we'll get this recording session or
Tomorrow you will get.
okay.
Okay, so here I'm just going to explain one more thing. Just a second, please. Okay, so the course contents which we are going to cover in this batch, we are focusing on the contents here, which is required for this certification. Okay, SAP Certified Application Associate, that is C underscore TS 4121909 as for HANA project system. Okay, and here I think it is already communicated through mail. Okay, so whatever the contents required for it, we are going to follow the same steps. But first, I will start from the investment management. So I'll explain the concept. What is the investment management, and what is the concept of investment program? Okay, then we will see the concept of appropriation request, the proposals. Okay, how you can create a proposals and how it will go for the approval, and once it is approved, then how it will be transferred to project for the initiation. So this first portion I'll finish first, because that IM is not a part of this as for certification, but I have included because sometimes you may require to implement or you may get some questions in your interview. So it will take around 4 to 5 session around. Okay, and then we will start core project system.
Sorry to interrupt, Rama. You see, the IM is also required under the planning and budgeting, right? Or is only
Yes,
straightforward? Okay.
it's individual module investment management. Okay, but in earlier in ECC it was part of certification contents, but now in S4 it's not. Okay,
Okay.
but it is required sometimes because when you are going for an implementation and if the client is not looking for PPM option or CPM, or if it is very small portion which you need to manage it in the system, so there is one concept appropriation request by which you can manage your initial proposal. So that is my main focus to explain in IM. Okay, and how you can distribute the budget from IM to PS. And then third scenario, when you are going to execute a project in project system, how you can generate AUC, asset under construction. So some settings are available